All right, we're just moments away from this game number 2 of this first day of the International House of Derby. I am Johnny Pepper.
And I am Stephen K.
And we're going to be announcing this game for you in all its entirety. Unless we get asked to leave, because that's happened before.
I can't say the same.
Shout out to all my friends watching in the chat. Blazin, Kilby, Maine. This game's going to feature the Disorder all the way from Mexico City versus the Denver Ground Control from that state called Colorado. Steven, are you excited?
I am very excited. I was up late last night reading over all the lists and notes that I had and getting prepared.
You were doing homework?
I was doing homework.
Far out.
It's been
it's
a while.
good to be prepared.
Well, it's been a while since I did a tournament, so I'm excited to be here.
Hey, look, our jam timer is about to blow the whistle and start the game. We are underway. That's Mamba wearing the star for Denver. The Kevinator. Jamming for Disorder. Kevinator won most valuable player there at the Western Hemisphere Cup.
That is exciting.
Almost a year ago there in Cleveland. That jam's going to be called off before Mamba picks up 4 points and calls it.
A quick 24-second jam. It looks like 0 starting off of the box for the Disorder.
That's Mr. Testosterone out there for Denver and grabbing lead jammer status. Right there in turn 1.5.
Here, Bamalama getting out on that first pass, initial pass.
It's good to get out on the initial. That's how you score points. Disorder's going to lose a blocker.
And finally, that inside lane, there comes Mr. Testosterone.
With 12 points in the pocket. Mr. T looking to get some more. Does pick up 4 more and goes ahead and calls it.
Disorder getting on the board, 4 points. Denver with 20 to start off our third jam.
Yes, we know you're seeing a lot of your favorite refs on the track, and we'd love to tell you who they are, but we didn't get a list yet. We'll work on that and see if we can't get it to you momentarily.
We love Team Zebra.
Yeah, that'll teach them not to give us a list.
Still undefeated.
Five seconds away from the start of jam number 3. That's Optimus Grime out front before the pivot line. Bisha clear on the initial.
Optimus Grime through the pack, calls it off, 4 points, able to deny Bisho and Disorder.
Sometimes you just got to call it off before bad things happen. Or other things. I do want to thank all the 6,000 people watching on the Twitch at home. Thank you so much. Call your friends. Tell them to watch the free Twitch. Get in on the chat. We might give you a shout out. Or maybe not. We'll see. Back to the action on track. Kevin Ader wearing the star for DeSarter. Sparrow, jammer record for Denver.
One in the box for Denver, down a blocker right now. And here comes Kevin Ader, lead jammer for the Disorder. Blockers mixing it up with Sparrow. Kevin Ader back in the pack, gets through, hips pass, 4 points, calls the jam.
My scoreboard's already all screwed up. Disorder chipping away at that lead. Exactly what they need to do to get back in this game.
Denver back down a blocker now. Their defense trying to swallow the other opposing Disorder blockers. Mama jamming for Denver, trying to get through here. Obama gets through, come first. Lead jammer for Disorder. And Big Sexy getting called on the back block, headed to the box for Denver. Here Bamalama steps through on the inside. 4 points, calls the jam, shutting out Denver, that jam.
One blocker froze in the 187 Killer Pads penalty box. As jam number 6 is about to be upon us.
Now for the third jam, Denver down a blocker again. And Mr. Testosterone out first, lead jammer for Denver. B-Show still working the initial pass. Big pile up right on the pivot line. Mr. Testosterone through one time. Goes for the apex jump. Picks up a second 4 points. B-Show hitting the pack on a scoring pass. I believe Mr. Testosterone on his third pass here.
Stelly and Thrasher in the 187 Killer Pads penalty box. Both are being released and back into the fray. Happy birthday Eve to Daddy Thrasher.
Daddy Thrasher?
Yeah, tomorrow's his birthday.
Excellent. Happy birthday.
Mama Thrasher's probably watching on the chat.
Oh, I bet. Always great when the family tunes in, gets a cheer on their loved ones from home or wherever they are. Possibly from work today.
Everybody starting out at the pivot line. Draw back. Optimus Grime grabs lead jammer status. Kevin Ader working on that wall of white at the front of the pack. Does spin around and gets through.
Big O going for that shoulder check at the end. Lands it, but does not knock Kevin Ader out. He able to squeaks through on the inside. Optimus Grime looks back, sees Kevin Ader rolling up, decides to call it.
It got really quiet in here all of a sudden. What's up with that? Oh, it's Friday. People have to work and things. I get it. Not everybody's a retired roller derby announcer.
Ooh, big spill there.
Yeah, we heard that all the way here. Sparrow taking a big hit to the floor.
Glad to see Sparrow getting it up okay there.
Herbamala pushing on that wall of white at the front. big sis, sexy Thrasher and Cotton.
Each team down a blocker right now. And looks like Sparrow going to be on a power jam. Going to go ahead and call it and start off the next jam on a power jam.
Denver taking advantage of that disordered jammer in the box. The 187 killer pads box. I like it that these companies are starting to sponsor the boxes. So if you got a small company out there and you want to spread the word, we'd be glad to do that for you. Mamba wearing the star for Denver ground control. Herbamala starting in the box.
Mambo takes that check, breaks through on the inside, coming away lead jammer. Denver's defense rolling up slowly on corner 2 for their jammer to roll up. Starts chasing after disorder. Do a little soul crushing at the back of the pack now, keeping the pack steady at turn 3. Mambo breaks through, 4 points.
Shout out to Tot and Pinky. Watching from their computers at work, I suppose.
Mambo going for that quick apex jump on turn 2. And Irbalamalis. Penalty time over, rejoin the track now.
I'm hearing whistles. Somebody's going to leave the track.
Coathley Q head of the box there for disorder.
Well done.
Arabamalama is back in the box now. Mambo's still on a power jam, or back on a power jam. And jam time runs out there.
That's a 24-point jam for Mamba in that last one.
That's crazy. But Jammer getting two penalty box sessions there.
The Disorder is going to have to cut down on these penalties. We're going to have a timeout called by the Disorder. Shout out to all our friends watching down there in Mexico City.
And a big thank you to our sponsors like Toy Division, an inclusive store and community for anyone who loves toys, video games, collectibles, everything in between. Upcoming show at Little Bevo Pride next Saturday, June 15th.
Next Saturday, you say?
Is that Papa's Day?
Maybe. But it's Pride all month.
Also Flag Day.
It is Flag Day?
Next week.
I see the St. Louis Blues thing on your phone.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Blues fans here in.
Imagine that. I got turned on to him as a kid. What can I say? And then I moved away, but I still followed the team.
I can dig that.
St. Louis Cardinals baseball, St. Louis Blues hockey, and St. Louis Cardinals football, to date myself.
Good luck to all the other skaters that are skating in tournaments this weekend.
It's a good weekend right before Father's Day for lots of derby action. I'm sure there's lots to be catching to stream on, but thanks for tuning in with us.
Absolutely. Mr. Testosterone puts on the star for the Denver ground control and grabs lead jammer status, rolling over the pivot line.
And it looks like we're going to go for a 2-minute jam here. Mr. Testosterone getting called on forearms. And Air Balamala's penalty time's over. Has rejoined the pack now. Jamming again for Disorder. I believe because of the penalties and time in the box, it's their third jamming. Oregon against a tripod against Denver's defense there at the front.
That waterfall defense.
And Airbal Malama. I'm going to get that right. I'm so sorry. Airbal Malama. I cannot get it.
Herbamala.
I got to practice it.
Yes, that's okay. Our intent is to get it right before the end of the broadcast. Meanwhile, Mr. T out there skating laps for points.
And Mr. Testosterone trying to call it off, but forgetting he went to the box. It is a 2-minute jam, but almost over anyways.
Which is 14 more seconds.
Mr. Testosterone making a final pass. And Airbamala not able to break through on that last pass.
Disorder doing just a fine job. Optimus Grime wearing the star for Denver Ground Control. B-Show the Jammer record for the Disorder.
Defense really mixing it up. Optimus Grime on a scoring pass now breaks through 4 points. B-Show still working that initial pass.
Linzo being called for a forearm going to the box. Pack advantage Disorder. Cotton and Plummer at the front of the pack. B-Show does get through. Clear on the initial and eligible to score.
And Denver losing the Optimus Grime now in the box. B-Show on the power jam, and we're going to go full 2 minutes here. Halfway through the jam.
Plummer and Cotton were holding, but there wasn't enough bridge, so they had to let go. You had a thought?
Just looking at the penalties here, we got Disorder in a little bit of penalty trouble kind of early. Only a quarter way through the game.
I think they'll clean that up at halftime. They'll talk about it.
Oh, yeah. And jam time ends as one of the Denver blockers takes another seat in the 187 Killer 187 pads and 187 Killer pads penalty box. Forgive me. 187 Killer pads often imitated, never duplicated. Stick with the best. Industrial strength materials, unmatched ergonomic design, unparalleled excellence. 187 Killer pads.
Wow. That sounded profesh. All right, jam number 12 underway. Kevinator wearing the star for Disorder. Sparrow, jammer record 4. Denver Ground Control.
Tripped up, but didn't even look like it as fast as he was going. Sparrow knocked out of turn 2, coming in behind the pack, and as Disorder's jammer rolls up on it, Pack calls it off, able to shut him out, picking up 1 point. Update, no points on that pass for Sparrow.
Zero and Soul staying out there for the Disorder, playing defense. Mamba the Jammer record for Denver ground control. Herbamala wearing the star for the Disorder.
Herbamala's 5th penalty there. Disorder knocking Mambo out, bringing him back behind the jam line.
Nice little hot by Mamba right there. Mamba, owner of a 24-point jam earlier in the game.
Disorder lined up the front, trying not to be a point, but Denver's defense trying to mix it up and break him up. Gets on Herbamala. Checks him out, brings it back again. Mamba head of the box now. We're going to go full 2 minutes.
Zero and Ishel trying to help that jammer out. Herbamala does get through. Four-three pack advantage for the Disorder, with 18 seconds left to go in this jam.
And Pack off to the races. Denver trying not to be a point. They get a good check out, bring him back on the straightaway, and Mamba's time is over as jam time ends. Looks like 2 each that final pass.
Oh, a lot of jostling going around right before the whistle blow. Mr. Testosterone wearing the star for Denver ground control. Bisho, the jammer record for the Disorder. Bisho gets around Stelly, the last line of defense. Thanks, Patra and the Unnamed Stream team, for helping us out. Bringing this stream live to you for free. So if you got a little change in your pocket and you want to send it this way, we'd be glad to take it. Yes, we will. And I won't take none of it. I'll give them all to them. Jam number 15 happening right now. Kevinator wearing the star for the Disorder. Optimus Grime, jammer record for the Denver ground control. Nobody on that jammer takeout with a little help. Kodaku.
Disorder giving all the shoulder checks on Optimus Grime. He's able to break out on that initial pass. But Kevinator's in the pack now, picking up points. Going to go ahead and call that jam. 2 hard-fought points and able to shut out Denver that pass.
2-0 against arguably the #1 team in the world. Disorder doing a phenomenal job out there at the moment.
We got Sparrow back on the jam line for Denver and Airbamala.
Mala.
Airbamala jamming for Disorder. I blame my Southeast Missouri tongue, my accent.
You know what? My Spanish should be a lot better since I live in Texas. I apologize to every one of y'all out there that does speak Spanish. It's not that good.
Ooh, big shoulder check as Sparrow goes down into Soul. And Sparrow going to go to the box. I believe that'll give us a 2-minute jam now.
I do see Mama Thrasher in the chat. I told you. Mama Thrasher, tell your husband happy birthday Eve for me, please. Zero, bringing everybody back to the jammer line.
Picking up a forearms on that last block, head of the box, though. Killer 187 pads.
No doubt. Sparrow on a scoring pass, takes those 4 and puts it in the pocket.
Goes to the inside, gets checked out. Airbamala picking up a track cut, head of the box. 3 track cuts now for number 55. That's 6 penalty.
Oh, my. Yeah, they'll definitely have to talk about that halftime. Figure out a way to keep them in the game for the rest of the game.
Especially the jammer. Because no points are getting picked up when you're sitting in the box. Mamba jamming for Denver, breaking out of turn 1. Denver's defense doing a great job of not letting Disorder run their jammer back. We got a whistle on the near the pivot line. Looks like Bisho headed the box for Disorder.
Airbamala out of the box, back into the fray. Trying to get through those blockers at the front of the pack. Plummer, Cotton, and Big O. Menace to Anxiety helping out there on the defense for Denver Ground Control.
Airbamala passing the star off to Bisho.
And that jam's going to come to a natural conclusion. Clock ticking down, under 4 minutes left to go in this first frame.
I always get so surprised when I look up and see like less than 5 minutes on the clock. It's like, man, where did this happen?
Where did that go?
Always love announcing games and just watching.
Well, we got our first stoppage of play, and I'll take this opportunity to thank Prince Massage and Wellness. Book now with a Prince Massage, offering massage sessions and walk-up services, including a 15 and 30-minute massage sessions, leg compression, space pants, cold heat therapy, hydration, and wellness products. Get your pre- and post-game care your body needs. Located by the bathrooms that are staged right when sitting in the concrete bleachers. Wellness products available from Urban Apothecary. also known as Crybaby Wellness for sleep, stress, and pain.
We got our jam timer standing on our 888 pivot line, revolutionizing roller derby safety with cutting-edge helmet tech and unrivaled fit options. Stay protected with 888.
Everybody wants to know what coat I'm wearing today. I'm not wearing a coat. It is Hawaiian Shirt Friday, so I got a stylish Hawaiian shirt on. You might see that if we ever get on TV. I will be wearing a coat on Championship Sunday. It might be Gatekeeper Green.
Ooh.
For all you want to know. My buddy Orange Whip out there. We are underway. Gym number 18. Who's on the line there, Steven?
We got Mr. Testosterone for Denver and Kevin Ader for Disorder. And Kevin Ader is your lead jammer at the moment. Mr. Testosterone breaking out ahead of...
We got us a jammer race.
Some jammer-on-jammer defense going on. The pack almost caught up to both jammers now.
Mr. Testosterone trying to force that drawback. They're going to have to be careful because that pack's going to get too spread out, and anybody that touches anybody's going to be in trouble. All right, jam number 19 underway. Beat Show, jammer record for the Disorder. Optimus Grime wearing the star for Denver Roller Derby. Denver's going to lose a blocker to the box. That's Plummer. Optimus Grime with 4 points in the pocket.
B-Show taking it.
B-Show laid down that hit to Leads.
Giving the shoulder right back. Optimus Grime passing past 0, picking up 4 points, deciding to call the jam as B-Show running up on the pack, able to deny Disorder any points.
That was a big hit laid down on Menace to Anxiety. Still got a minute 30 left to go in this first half.
I mean,
what could be the last jam of the half.
What could be, yeah. Got to go by that jam time, of course.
Absolutely. Well, we've already had bonus derby today. We had a timeout at the beginning of the first half of the last game, and we got a bonus jam. It could happen again. Mr. Testosterone wearing the star for the ground control.
Yes, it was Aftershocks looking to get some of those points on the board in the previous game, try to take it against the Beekeepers, but the Beekeepers able to hold on to the win at the end.
I don't have it on either one, but we'll call it Dave. It says Dave on the shirt. We'll go with that.
I guess Dave's the coach that's playing right now.
Yeah, Dave is usually a coach and out there playing now. That makes sense.
Dave working against that defense at the back of the pack. Mr. Testosterone knocked out. Or no, loses the star off the helmet. Big hit on the straightaway.
Plummer called for a foremark.
And Stelly head of the box now for Denver 2. Now down 2 blockers, 3 blockers now. Stand aside, head of the box as well. He's going to get waved off, rejoin the pack. So Denver will have at least 2 blockers at the moment. Mr. Testosterone goes down this far straightaway out of bounds. Got it deciding to call the jam anyways.
That's going to take us to intermission, 166-32. Big props to that Disorder team coming in short-handed with a giant heart.
Absolutely.
Very, very cool things. We'll see you in about 14 minutes. I'm Johnny Pepper.
I'm Stephen K.
Late.
Make sure to click that
Including
follow button.
Mr. Stripey watching from Glasgow.
Glasgow, wow.
Glasgow.
I wonder if that's the
Man.
furthest away.
Absolutely.
I would definitely think so. I mean, I think everybody should post where they're kind of tuning in from, though, for sure, so we can see where you guys are tuning in.
Skimbles.
Cornwall. Atlantis.
Hi, Blazin. Blazin trying to get that shout out from the Pepper. You got it, Blazin. Oh, Maniki. Howdy, howdy. Shout out to my lovely wife, Cindy, of 31 years. At home, watching with the grandbaby.
Ooh,
Harley Grace, watching Derby.
I'm sure Mrs. Pepper's loving his time with the baby
Here in
peppers.
Paw Pepper, talk the Derby stuff.
Are they sweet peppers or the sweetest peppers?
They are the sweetest peppers.
All right, we got our jammers on the jam line, brought to you by Collectivum Sports. Kevinator for Disorder, Sparrow for Denver. Kevinator through the pack first, coming away lead jammer. And Disorder with an early penalty problem, even though they're playing down so many penalties. Now Denver with a penalty ahead, 21 penalties on their board, and now Disorder only 20.
That's exactly what the Disorder need to do to go chipping away at that Denver lead. The Disorder doing a phenomenal job, showing up short-handed, skating with a lot of heart, doing the things.
They definitely bring the fight with being shorthanded tonight.
Paversa wearing the star for the Disorder, Mr. Testosterone. Grabbing lead jammer status, rolling right over the pivot line. Paversa now clear on the initial.
And Mr. Testosterone through on the inside turn one, coming away with those 4 points. Perverse on scoring pass as well, breaks through the pack.
Paversa with some amazing footwork gets through. Grabs 4 points.
And Mr. Testosterone picking up a second pass, scoring pass.
And that jam gets called. You got something good from our sponsors out there? Going to pay some bills in this 30 seconds that we have?
Collectivum Sports, our jam line sponsor, the only authorized dealer of men's sportswear derby products, fastest growing brand of derby apparel. With a commitment to quality and performance, men's sportswear offers innovative designs that keeps pace with the dynamic nature of roller derby.
I see y'all out there, Out From Under the Bed podcasts. Boogeyman and Master Sedator watching, I'm assuming.
B-Show coming through on the inside, turn one, lead jammer for Disorder. We've got a whistle on Denver, head of the box. Big Sexy. And Mr. Testosterone in the box at the moment still. E-Shell headed to the box now for Disorder. One blocker piece per team in the box. Our 187 killer pads penalty box.
Beecho with 8 points in the pocket, looking to get some more. Big shout out to Kilvey Maine watching from home. Wish you were here.
Disorder chipping away at that lead now. 8 points that jam. But now down 2 blockers in the box. Or down 1 blocker, I should say. 3-on-2 to start the pack off.
A forearm call. That's going to leave Kevin Ader out there on a power jam.
Kevin Ader getting knocked out the inside. Going to come back in behind the behind Denver's defense. The Soldier holding the pack still at between turn 1 and 2.
Kevin Ader taking some big hits out there trying to get through. Big O's going to go to the penalty box.
And Optimus Grime out of the box now.
And that jam's going to get called.
Kevin Ader calling it with the 4 points and denying Denver that pass.
We got a timeout called on the floor, and this timeout's brought to you by our next game, which is going to feature the Gatekeepers and the Aftershocks. That's going to start at 6 o'clock. Stick around for that. Also, our good friends at Collectivum Sports, man. That's a proud sponsor of the Undead Stream Team, among other things.
The jam line as well.
Absolutely.
Contact Collectivum Sports today for your new team gear and experience the best in comfort and style on the track. Link in the iHod link tree. Link tr.ee/iHod. And, of course, a big thank you to our timeout sponsor, Toy Division, an inclusive store and community for anyone who loves toys, video games, collectibles, and everything in between. Upcoming show at the Little Bevo Pride next Saturday, June 15th.
That's Daddy's Day Eve.
Call your papa.
Okay. There you go. Now you can see my Hawaiian shirt. Because it is Hawaiian Shirt Friday, right?
I missed the note on that one.
Well, I mean, you know, I was a union man for 30 years, so Hawaiian Shirt Friday is definitely a thing.
Pretty much when I knew the tournament was happening, we were announcing, I was like, hey, it's weekend. I didn't even think about it being Friday.
All right, we are underway. Jam number 5, the second lap. Urban Mala wearing the star for the Disorder. Mala the jamber record for the Denver Ground Control. Mamba called for an infraction going to the 187 penalty box. Urban Mala out there in a power jam situation for the Disorder. Muy bien, says all of Mexico City.
And Denver losing a blocker out of turn 4. Arabamala on this scoring pass, still trying to break through. 2 defenders get past. We got a whistles here. 0 ahead of the box. Arabamala gets through. 4 points for Disorder. And Mamba's time is over. Mamba hot on Arabamala's heels, passes him, forcing the call to jam.
Shout out to Omi, my homie, watching on the stream. What was that last penalty on Mamba? The chat wants to know.
Ooh, A. What is A? I don't remember.
It's an A, whatever A is.
I'm used to hand signals, not letters.
Yeah, that doesn't tell me a whole lot.
Sparrow out of the pack, lead jammer for Denver. B-Show jamming for Disorder.
It's a high block, says Blazin.
Thank you for that.
Thank you, Blazin. I should know.
I haven't in a soda in quite a long time.
Well, you know, I was helping Wrecking Bill clean out his pool this morning because I really want to go swimming before I leave. And it was awfully hot. We had that muriatic acid spraying all around. We had respirators on. It wasn't helping a whole lot.
On the drive in, I forgot about the cicadas being out, and I thought everybody was weed whacking today.
All right, we're moments away from jam number 7 of the second half. Optimus Grime wearing the star for the Denver Ground Control. Kevin Ader, the jammer record for the Disorder.
And Optimus Grime out first out of turn 2. Disorder goes back to try to help her get the jammer through. And Optimus Grime now on a scoring pass, picking up those 4 points on the inside of turn 1.
Mr. Nitro called for a multiplayer block. 4-3 pack advantage for Denver.
Optimus able to weave through and shrug off any checks. Kevin Ader still working at Denver's defense.
That is Mr. Testosterone. It's wrong on my computer.
And Denver off to the races, get to the front of the pack. And Mr.
But those are 4 whistles bringing that jam to a close. Optimus Testosterone. I love it. Senor Poo Poo.
Yeah, apologies on the name mix up there.
While we do try to be perfect, we never are.
No.
Hey, look, it's Optimus Grime out there.
That's Mr. Prime.
Yeah, that's Mr. Prime.
We're blending it together
And
at this
Dave,
point.
we're in the start for Disorder.
We've got a direction on Lenzo
Dave
for
on
Denver.
a long recycle. Not sure why.
Optimus takes that outside lane on the far straightaway and goes ahead and taps the hips, calls the jam.
Will be some points awarded there at the end.
Disorder slowing down their penalties now. Down 5 penalties compared to Denver's 30. 25 penalties for Disorder. And B-Show out of the pack first, coming away lead jammer. Mamba picking up a track cut there. Great opportunity for Disorder to pick up some points on the power jam. And sliding through the pack, calling the jam, picking up those points. 2 points for Disorder.
Yoshi, Where you at, Yoshi?
Perversa jamming for Disorder. Mamba back on the line, or in the penalty box for Denver. No pack called, and got to let Perversa go. Coming away, lead jammer, still in that power jam. Perversa mixing it up against the four wall, trying to get some help from their blockers. And Mamba's penalty time is over, but picks up the penalty, breaking through the pack. Had to back to the box again. Zero looking.
Perversa out there trying to get through. All them Denver blockers have other ideals.
Go ahead and call it and start off on another power jam. Looks like able to pick up 3 points on that jam.
We need some prayers from Mr. Nitro to find a spare pair of skates. So if you could light a candle or talk to your higher power or whatever you could do to help us out, that'd be great. Kevinator wearing the star for Disorder. Mamba, the jammer record for the Denver ground control. It's a power start, power jam situation for Kevinator.
Disorder holding the pack still at turn 4. They're going to try to keep Stelly trying to get a run back. And they're going to bring Kevinator back. And looks like getting caught on the track cut there.
That was a sneaky drawback right there. Kevinator's going to go to the box. That's going to release Mamba. No, that's going to release Kevinator. Mamba must have got an additional penalty. But Mamba's only going to have to serve the same amount of time that Kevinator did, which was 1 second.
Now Mamba is coming out first. Lead jammer.
I do see that eye. Those eyes aren't good. Those are insubs.
I couldn't remember if that was insubordination or legal
yes,
procedure.
that's what that is.
I don't see that hand signal too often. As well, you shouldn't.
Shout out to Rachel Rotten watching on the chat, talking about gingerbeards. And you can have as many gingerbeards on the track as you want. Four wash. Still got 15 minutes left to go in this contest. We got a timeout called on the floor, which is brought to you by our timeout sponsor,
Toy Division. So many sponsors here. It's great to see so many people supporting.
Absolutely, that's a good thing.
Toy Division, our timeout sponsor, an inclusive store and community for anyone who loves toys, video games, collectibles, and everything in between. They got their upcoming show at Little Bevo Pride next Saturday, June 15th.
Everybody loves toys. You know who you are. Let's talk about the after party tonight. It's going to be at the Uptown at 405 North Ulysses Avenue. They got 50 beers on tap, 80 arcade games, craft cocktails, hand-tossed pizza, and more. Up Down is also sponsoring this event, and all attendees are eligible to receive token cards, each of which is good for 10 tokens to use on any of the arcade games. Please see Evie or another gatekeeper at Up Down to receive yours. I've got 2 right here.
Oh, yeah, grab a couple of them.
I won't be going to the after party. I don't do after parties. Unless there's a bowling alley there. Then I show up.
With the Hawaiian shirt, I could see that style. Get the dude vibes. Get Donnie and the boys. And I'm going to say we are under official review. And I wanted to give a shout out to our Urban Apothecary anyways. How fitting. Skater made, trusted by athletes, physical therapists, and wellness centers. Crybaby Wellness is now Urban Apothecary. Try their best-selling gummies for deep relaxation and improved sleep, or the 4XL pain relief topicals to reduce inflammation and pain and keep you on track.
That is Urban Apothecary.
Of course, you can check out all sponsors on the iHod link tree, linktr.ee/iHod, IHOD.
If you're watching on the stream right now, you're looking at Turn Left Skate Pro. Derby enthusiasts, whether you're gearing up for your next game or just starting your roller derby junior, we got you covered at Turn Left Skate Pro. We offer a wide array of skates, gear, and accessories to keep you rolling in style and safely. They have top quality skates from leading brand, protective gear to keep you safe on the track, customizable options to match your team's color and style, and expert advice from seasoned derby players. That is Turn Left Skate Pro. All right. There was a lot of stuff going on, but the gist of it is no call stands.
The gist is I heard one team wanted a hand call review.
They were holding hands. And
holding
they didn't
hands,
impact
but no
pay,
impact.
So no call
penalty.
stands. Yes.
Holding hands is okay.
And you can hold hands in roller derby. It's allowed as long as it doesn't affect
Impact play.
Absolutely. Shout out to our good friend Impact Player. All right, we're underway. Jam number 12 of the second half. Urbamala wearing the star for the Disorder, and up front and lead. Sparrow, the jammer, record for Denver ground control, is clear on the initial, and we got us a jammer race back to the pack. Got to give Urbamala a lot of props for skating this whole second half on 6 penalties.
Absolutely. I was worried about him.
I know that's hard to do.
Disorder doing an amazing job. The second half coming back, chipping away at the lead as best they can, being down in penalties the way they were. Definitely bringing the fight. And coming up later tonight, don't forget Gatekeepers and Aftershocks after this game.
Oh, you don't want to miss that.
I'm excited.
Dave, the jammer, record for the Disorder. Mr. Testosterone grabs that lead jammer status with a hop, skip, and a jump right across the pivot line.
Dave getting tripped up on the inside of turn 1. Going to recycle behind the pack. Nice
Thrasher
check out.
Doing a hit out to the outside to Dave.
And Mr. Testosterone going for the apex jump. 1 foot landing out of bounds. Going to come in behind the pack. Going for another one, getting that second time. And with Dave rolling up on the pack, Mr. Testosterone going to call that jam. Looks like picking up 1 point, I think I see in the air. Florida friends tuning in, ahead and catch the first game. Beekeepers coming away with a win in the first game, 214 to Aftershocks 159. And jam number 14 underway in our second half. Optimus Grime for Denver, Bisho for Disorder. Jammers knocked out of the outside and the inside, coming in behind their respective blockers as needed. Optimus Grime to the front of the pack, working against one final blocker and gives a check. And we have a... Give us a moment, ladies and gentlemen. while we attend to our skater.
All right, let's make some noise for Mr. Nitro. Do want to take this opportunity to thank Bambi Lance and our Crack Medic team. Mr. Nitro up, leaving the floor under his own power. Also want to give a shout out and congratulations to Arch Arrival, punching their ticket to champs in Portland. And they're out there selling shirts. Get on over there. Check out all the stuff they got. Buy some shirts. You know the deal. Drop some coin. Arch Arrival Roller Derby.
Freshly stock in the Queer Chaos and Protect Trans Athletes shirts, crops, and tanks. They all have been hit all over when they travel.
Absolutely, during this Pride Month. Be an ally. Or don't be. But be an ally. Drop some coin. Tell them I said hi. Skaters are being called back to the floor. Five seconds away from jam number 15 of the second half. Kevin Ader wearing the star for Disorder. Sparrow the jammer record for Denver Roller Derby. Kevin Ader clear on the initial. Sparrow on a scoring pass.
Big Sexy getting a multiplayer headed to the box for Denver. And Sparrow picking up three, calling the jam, shutting out Disorder.
Nobody on that jammer take out of Sparrow. There as the jam ended. Clock ticking under 12 minutes left to go in this contest.
See Mamba with a star in the helmet. Denver down a blocker. Perversa for Disorder.
Yes.
And Big Sexy now in foul out trouble with still just over 11 to go. Mamba coming away lead jammer here. Perversa still working the initial pass.
Mamba playing a lot more controlled now.
Slowing it down. 5 points, or excuse me, 5 penalties for Mamba, so definitely not one to pick up any more.
That will affect the way you play Derby.
Big Sexy's penalty time's over. Rejoin the pack now. As Mamba steps through out of turn and on the inside of turn 2. We got blocked at the back here on 36 for Denver. On Lenzo. As jam gets called, looks like 2, 3. I can't see 2 or 3 final points. And 3 for Disorder as well.
Shout out to all the people on the board at MRDA.
All the people that put in all the extra hours, all the time, the volunteers.
And doing the things.
What an amazing community is all I can say. And Mr. Testosterone out of pack, lead jammer for Denver. B-Show jamming for Disorder. Mr. Testosterone almost finding an outside lane. Hold on to that one skate, gets checked out though. Run back to the jam line.
That duo, Stelly and Thrasher. Oh my. I would not want to skate through that pair.
Stelly clearing out the Disorder defense for Mr. Testosterone. Stelly doing some work with shoulder checks, but picking up a penalty there. Nobody mixing it up with Dan Decide there.
Stand aside.
Do some good offense, trying to get B-Show through. P-Show going to head the box here now. Denver going to enjoy a power jam.
Lenzo doing some stellar work out there for the Denver ground control as well.
Three points that pass. I believe Thrasher got one of the blockers knocked out of play. And Denver going to start off on a power start. With B-Show in the box to start off this jam number, would it be 18 or 17?
18 coming up, 17 in the books.
I always forget.
I
Except
understand.
for like the beginning of this.
Absolutely.
Was it the last one or the next one?
We're going to have a stoppage to play, and this time out is brought to you by our good friends over at always say Gatekeepers Merchandise.
Gatekeepers Merchandise.
Go over there and get you some Gatekeepers Merchandise, some iHod t-shirts. Please get them before we sell out. You want to do it now. Don't wait till tomorrow, because you may not be able to get you one.
Our jam timer signaling official timeout on the pivot line, brought to you by 888. The Gear 40 duffel pack from 888 was designed by Derby skaters for Derby skaters. It's the last gear bag you'll ever need.
888 NYC. Love 888.
That's the pads I got. The knee ones, anyways.
Also want to give a shout out to Wild Bill watching from heaven. Pro Design pads. We're on TV again.
Official timeout again.
They want to see my Aloha shirt. Thanks to my Aunt Jeannie for going to Hawaii and bringing me back this Hawaiian shirt.
I do like that shirt.
It is a pretty cool shirt. Thank you, Auntie J.
I believe we wanted to compare watches at the timetable.
All right, we're underway. Jam number 18, B-Show the Jammer record standing in the 187 penalty box. Optimus Grime wearing the star 4. Denver Ground Control is out front and lead.
B-Show's penalty time over. Now rejoin the pack. Check down the inside while Optimus is on scoring pass, breaking through.
Williams, Plummer, and Cotton playing some awesome defense in the back of that pack right now.
It looked like DeVito Desu got called on a blocking with the head or blocking with the head.
Clock ticking down, 6:46 left to go in this contest. Remember, if you're thinking of buying, selling, or relocating to St. Louis, contact Darcy Ninja McCaffey at 636-720-1100. That's Ninja.
Jam 19 underway. Sparrow jamming for Denver. Kevinator for Disorder. Forearms on Sparrow, and Kevinator off to the races here. Lead jammer for Disorder.
It's a power jam for the Kevinator.
And Led's headed to the box for Denver as well. Disorder still down a blocker, or rather even in blockers.
I wish I could give MVPs to all the Disorder team.
Absolutely. Coming in shorthanded like that, they not giving up by any means, fighting gear issues. And they're going to go ahead and call the jam. Start with a power start. All kinds of heart by Disorder tonight.
I hear you, Bams. I'll ask Mama Pepper when I get home.
Of course, we got Gatekeepers and Aftershock coming up after this game. Dave jamming for Disorder, starting off on a power jam. Brought back behind the pivot line. Looking for that outside lane, checked out of bounds, and nice assist by Zero, clearing the path. Dave did not see it, though. Sparrow's penalty time is over. Big pile up.
I was going to say Sparrow out of the box and into the row. But then there was like a pile of bodies here at turn 1.5.
It's almost like a pretzel there, but it's wrapped up at the end. 3 bodies piled up at least.
Pretzels.
Arabamala jamming for Disorder. Babama jamming for Denver and out first. Arabamala getting a track cut.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh. I don't want to tell the people.
I'm not exactly sure how this goes down. I don't think I've seen a foul out in 10
Well,
years.
you know, playing with 6 for 27 minutes of the half, that is just awesome. I can't say enough good things about that.
All kinds of heart, all kinds of fight. Mambo breaking through the inside, turn one. Getting low, going to the outside, hanging on to those wheels.
We got a high block call. Uh-oh. Attrition is starting to happen.
And jam ends.
Thank you for the offer of brisket gravy, but I'm going to make Rec and Bill buy me a steak after this game, so enjoy your brisket and your gravy. We'll get together later this weekend and break some bread, dip it in some good gravy.
And it looks like one of our coaches wanted to talk over an official review brought to you by Urban Apothecary. Shop here at the A Prince Massage and Wellness booth or at urbanapothecary.shop. Don't forget you can find their link and all our sponsor link information at the iHod link tree, linktr.ee/IHOD.
Prince Massage and Wellness right over there. No waiting right now, I might add. You might want to get over there and get fixed up. We'll let you know what this official review is momentarily. As soon as we find out. I got an inkling, but I don't want to speculate wildly on the mic. Although that's what I generally do. Hey, everybody.
And don't forget about the after party coming up tonight after all the festivities at Up Down, 405 North Euclid in St. Louis here.
Pizza and beer.
50-plus beers on tap.
And games.
80-plus arcade games.
And look, if you take both of these, you'll have 20 tokens.
Well, not just pizza, but pizza by the slice, so you can get...
What's your favorite arcade game?
Ooh. I got to think back to, like, the 80s.
Yeah?
Yeah. I used to love playing
Galactica.
Castlevania.
Hang on, we're finding out what's up.
White was requesting a blocking with the head on red blocker instead of the penalty that was given on the white.
Gotcha.
So, yeah, they're not going to retain it. That was not what happened. The white jammer actually was the one who initiated contact.
Denver was asking for a head block call, and the referees did not see that. So Denver Ground Control will lose their review.
I think actually 1942 or 41 was my favorite probably.
Okay. I like old school asteroids. You know, when you get to that one rock left and you just shoot the spacecrafts.
Yes,
I like doing that.
yes. That's one reason I like 1941 as well.
We are underway. Perversa wearing the star for the disorder. That is Mamba the Jammer record. Starting in the 187 penalty box. Perversa on a power jam.
It looks like getting caught and picking up a blocking to the back, head of the box. So Denver losing a blocker. Perversa getting checked out hard on the inside on the far straightaway. And Mamba's penalty time is over. Through the pack, coming away lead jammer. Perversa was still working on that initial pass as well. One thing I will say, Perversa definitely persistent.
Hi, Ruby. Thanks for watching on the stream.
Mamba breaks through, picks up points. 4 points, calls the jam.
Shout out to Spindletop Roller Derby.
Down to the last minute and a half on the game clock. potential last jam.
I do want to thank all our officials, skating and non-skating officials. I'd call you out by your name if I had a list.
And Mr. Testosterone out of the pack. Lead jammer for Denver. Bisho jamming for Disorder. And jam number 23. Testosterone breaks out. Picks up the 4 points, calling the jam. 50 seconds on the game clock. Time for one more at least.
Of course, we're going to have a bonus jam.
OLJ, one last jam.
Everybody loves one more jam. I do want to take this opportunity to thank all our volunteers that put this thing together. Could not do it without you. Jam 24, Kevin Ader wearing the star for Disorder. Optimus Grime. Jammer record for Denver Ground Control. Out front in lead. Rolling over turn 1.5 as your lead jam.
And Optimus doing a little do-si-do around, avoiding the blocks, shrugging them off as he gets through. And we got a star pass now to Ishel.
Ishel. Jammer record now for the Disorder. As those 4 whistles rain down and bring this game to a close. Unofficial score 288-76. We'll let you know if that gets official. Big shout out to the Disorder roller derby team from Mexico City coming in short-handed, doing everything they could, putting 76 points up against one of the best teams in the whole wide world.
It was exciting to see. Bringing the fight, bringing all the heart, down
Grande
bodies.
Corazon.